Okay, so here we go. This is my review for Criminal Justice 100, Intro to Criminal Justice at University of Maine, Presque Isle, your pace. So we have a little bit of the material. Overall, the class was pretty easy going. I'm a pretty easy going person here. So like this is pretty quick class just to know right from wrong basically, or know about the system basically. You learn about ethics and pretty much like the jurisdiction of law, and how the courts work and things like that. So this is your pace. Welcome to Criminal Justice 100 CBE 2, Intro to Criminal Justice 2024 Spring. So there's a whole syllabus here. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 milestone topics. It looks like, I don't think there's a milestone for each topic, but shows you the each of the topics covered in the class: purpose and goals, criminal justice system, criminal law, criminology patterns and explanation, policing, judicial system, correction system, juvenile justice, comprehensive review. I mean, I've gotten this class finished, so it looks like I got an A in the class. I technically got a 3 out of 4. I rushed a little bit. I could have added a little bit more information, I suppose. But this is what I got, so I just felt like creating a review. So here's some of the contents. The show it shows course purpose, goals, and progression, criminal justice system overview, criminal law, policing, judicial system, correction system, juvenile system, outcomes 1 to 5, and comprehensive review, and then the final assessment. So I mean, for the class, it's pretty much like law, but without the recognition you would get from like a law degree, basically, like a paralegal degree, or some like a Juris Doctorate or a master's degree in law, or just a law degree, maybe a bachelor's. I mean, this is not so much as comprehensive. Like, it's probably as comprehensive as any criminology program, but here's some of the information. Here's crime trends and patterns and correlations. So it talks a little bit about crime patterns. I think it gives statistics for the FBI and the community-based policing. Or no, that must be another one, but another module. But I just talk about a little bit of the ethnicities or reasons for crime, basically, and its correlations. And you can go through each panel here. This one's criminology and explaining crime. So it does talk a lot about the ethics, principles, and laws, and theories, of course, that go into criminal justice and system, things you would that would prepare you for basically a law degree or Juris Doctorate. And then it has quiz here, and then there's milestones here. So here's a milestone. Ask you to write a paper, basically, and this module was on let's see. Ask what speculating the relationships between justice perspectives, philosophies, and values held by individuals with that of explanations and theoretical causes of crime. For example, does the crime control model relate to conflict theories? Does equity relate to biological explanations, and so on? So, I mean, it's a pretty much gist of the material you're reading through the course, and that's what you're basically going to get at. If you go into more in-depth programs like the ethical criminal justice system, I can show you right here. There's a little bit more output to policing, and then what kind of jurisdiction ethics gets into with criminal justice. And again, it's a fast-paced course. It wouldn't take too long to get or anything like that. There's some background with ethics class. There is a dynamic about it, about corrupt policing, all of the what holds policing accountability in the justice system as an important subject, basically. And it does review criminal cases in the past, or cases that involved law enforcement and the ethics that were used. Rodney King was one of those individuals that was featured in the justice system, but it does break down different components of different different like civil rights cases and whatnot. So, I mean, it's an interesting class. This is what I've gotten so far. Intro to criminal justice, and then the ethics portion. Well, I'm right now working on the the ethics final or final draft here. It shouldn't be too difficult or anything. Just add some comprehensive review of, like political structures and schema behind criminal justice. Maybe abiding towards like criminal cases or civil rights cases. And then this page right here talks about different law enforcement agencies, general police structures, ATF, FBI, all of those places, law, the judicial system, basically. I mean, it's not too comprehensive. I from what I'm seeing right now, I mean, it looks pretty general to me. Like if you really wanted to study criminal justice or become a lawyer for that matter, like, and you wanted to specialize in something like this, it'd probably take a master, like, graduate program, or possibly I don't know many people who get a doctorate besides a Juris Doctorate or something like that, or just maybe a graduate certificate and something like this. It's an interesting concept. This one also covers some of the police history, but it is not super comprehensive. It doesn't really show too much peer review in the ethics portion that I've seen. I mean, there's some peer review as like a community-based structure, but it doesn't really relate to the ethics of peer review, unfortunately. But that's what I'm getting from, I guess, intro and then the ethics of criminal justice. And, I'm going on to get a minor or possibly, pursuing the degree just for the heck of it. I've seen a lot of misconduct with policing throughout my life. So, I mean, I just don't see why not. But, it's a different pairing. So, I mean, if you're going for a psychology degree, and I know a lot of people like psychology degrees, it can be different, and you'll learn a lot of different principles. I've taken some, psychology classes, like peer support and things like that. With it, there's a lot of pretension, like, these old techniques or ideas, like structuralism, formalism. They're all relevant in criminal justice and psychology. So just kind of the integrity is still there from like something like sociology or, like kind of that fundamental idea of like English, basically, or philosophy. It's right intertwined with all the subject criteria. So, this is what basically, have right now. And then I have this final assessment here for ethics. So, I mean, you go on and then you answer this question. This one is an APA 7 format, but, you get the gist of it. This is intro to criminal justice and ethics to criminal justice. Just kind of a walkthrough of how that works. Basically, it's interesting. It's not exactly a technical skill like you would learn in like something like licensing for a security guard position, like to get a security guard card or license. Not the same as like that or like something like management information systems or databasing. And again, like that's just gist of the subject criteria. So, I mean, this is like the only school I know that would offer criminal justice at a competency base, like at your own track, basically. There's Southern New Hampshire University. I've never been there, and also University of Maine Global Campus that do focus on that, but the classes aren't set dynamic. You can only attend during a certain amount of classes for the period of a month, of 2 months. So, this is what you have. This is what you get. It's pretty basic. I would like to see more peer review. I think that's obvious. It would be more correspondence with this idea of like ethics in policing. I think that's a very important thing. This one talks about NYPD's stop and frisk racial profiling or proactive policing. And then you can see some of these people, in the police that are spokesmen in some of these videos that talk about the ethics and, how they feel discriminated against in some ways. I think it was an NYPD officer who was felt discriminated because of his ethnicity or skin color. So you can see that, and then you can see like police members taking like tactical community outlook and a different approach. So It's a good class. Again, I think it lacks some structural peer support. I think that's like probably the biggest thing with most of this material, and I think you'll find that with any college. It just lacks it. It's such like a new principle of you know looking at things in a more comprehensive way. I'm not sure if that's political tension or international courts or maybe school got sued. I'm not sure how it works, but this is what we have. So what you get. So enjoy.